What if I told you that the greatest battles today aren't fought on battlefields, but inside our own minds? Not against swords, not against armies, but against distraction, weakness, and the slow poison of comfort. We scroll endlessly, measuring our worth against strangers. We chase validation, yet feel empty. We crave ease, yet are more restless than ever. The truth? Most people are not defeated by others. They are defeated by themselves, by their habits, by their emotions, by their inability to face life head-on. But philosophy, real philosophy, not textbook jargon, was never meant to be locked away in libraries. It was meant to be lived. Ancient thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus weren't writing for applause. They were carving out survival manuals for the soul. Manuals that still hit harder today than any self-help book trending on your feed. And that's what this video is about. We're not here for empty motivation. We're here to uncover 8 ruthless philosophical laws, timeless, battle-tested principles that will force you to rise, to sharpen, to build a mind that cannot be broken. If you're ready, lean in. Don't just watch passively. Comment when a point strikes you. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And most importantly, apply one of these laws today. Because change doesn't come from knowing. It comes from living. Let's begin. Law 1. Seek struggle, not comfort. Modern culture sells comfort as the ultimate prize. A softer bed, faster food, endless entertainment. But here's the paradox. The more we chase comfort, the weaker we become. Think about your proudest moments in life. Did they come when things were easy? Or did they come when life cornered you? When you had no choice but to fight? The Stoics understood this. They practiced hardship on purpose. Not to be miserable, but to stay unbreakable. Seneca would sleep on the floor, eat the simplest meals, and remind himself, "Is this what I feared?" Because when you train your mind in small hardships, the big ones cannot destroy you. Comfort dulls the blade. Struggle sharpens it. From now on, see every challenge not as punishment, but as preparation. That rejection? A teacher. That failure? A training ground. That pain? Proof that you're still alive and still capable of growth. Affirm this to yourself. Discomfort is my classroom. Law 2. Rule your emotions, or they will rule you. How many times has anger made you do something stupid? How many times has fear kept you from moving forward? How many times has sadness convinced you were powerless? The truth is brutal. If your emotions own you, you are not free. You are a puppet. Epictetus, once a slave, became one of the greatest philosophers of his time. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." Think about that. A man with nothing, no wealth, no status, no freedom, realized that the only true freedom is mastery of the mind. You don't have to kill your emotions, but you must learn to observe them without being enslaved by them. When anger rises, pause. When fear whispers, walk anyway. When sadness weighs you down, carry it, but keep moving. This is not coldness, it's clarity. The ability to feel deeply, but still act wisely. Remember this, emotions are visitors. You are the host. Decide who stays. Law 3. Stop expecting life to be fair. We live in a world obsessed with fairness. I worked harder, I deserved better. I was good, I deserved love. I tried, I deserved success. But life is not a contract. It never signed an agreement to reward you. The universe does not run on fairness. It runs on reality. People betray. The lazy sometimes prosper. The wicked sometimes win. And when you cling to fairness, you suffer twice. Once from the pain itself, and again from the belief that it shouldn't have happened. The Stoics cut through this illusion. They didn't ask for life to be fair. They prepared for it to be brutal. And in that preparation, they found freedom. So here's the shift. Stop demanding fairness. Start demanding strength from yourself. Don't wait for the world to treat you justly. Treat yourself with justice. Build your character so strong that no unfair blow can crush you. Fairness is an illusion. But dignity, that's yours to choose. Law 4. Control what you can, release what you can't. Most of human suffering comes from trying to control what cannot be controlled. We obsess over the opinions of others. We rage at politics. We panic about the future. And in doing so, we hand away our power. The Stoics drew a hard line. There are things within your control, your thoughts, your actions, your choices. And there are things outside your control, everything else. It sounds simple, but living it, that's mastery. Next time you feel overwhelmed, ask, is this within my control? If yes, act with discipline. If no, release it with grace. Picture a sailor in a storm. He cannot command the wind, but he can command the sail. That difference is everything. Focus where your power lies. And suddenly, anxiety weakens, clarity strengthens, and life feels less like chaos and more like a challenge you're equipped to face. Law 5. Choose voluntary hardship. Here's a thought experiment. What if every day you trained yourself to do one thing you don't want to do? Wake up earlier. Take the cold shower. Speak the uncomfortable truth. Delay that instant gratification. Every time you do this, you're not just testing your body, you're forging your will. Seneca practiced voluntary poverty, living as if he had nothing, even though he was wealthy. Why? To remind himself that he could lose everything and still remain unbroken. In today's world of endless comfort, voluntary hardship is a superpower. Because the person who can embrace difficulty can endure anything that comes without choice. Do something hard daily, not for punishment, but for preparation. Because life will test you. The question is, will you already be trained? Law 6. Memento mori, remember you will die. This is the most uncomfortable law, yet the most liberating. You are mortal. You will die, and so will everyone you love. We avoid this truth like a plague. We distract ourselves, pretend we have infinite tomorrows. But every tick of the clock is a reminder. Time is the one currency you never get back. The Stoics used memento mori, remember death, not as despair, but as fuel. To remind themselves, stop wasting time. Speak the words you're holding back. Do the work you're avoiding. Love the people you take for granted. Every morning, whisper to yourself, I will not live forever, but I will live today. And suddenly, small worries shrink, petty grudges dissolve, and life feels sharper, more urgent, more real. Law 7. Turn obstacles into weapons. Most people see obstacles as walls. The Stoic sees them as weapons. Lost a job? That's training in resilience. Betrayed by someone? That's training in self-reliance. Faced with illness? That's training in courage. Marcus Aurelius said, what stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle doesn't block your path. The obstacle is the path. This law flips the script. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, how can this sharpen me? When you live like this, nothing can stop you. Every blow life throws becomes fuel. Every failure becomes a stepping stone. Every loss becomes an awakening. Law 8. Live aligned with your values, not the crowd. Look around. Most people are actors in a play they didn't write. They follow trends, chase approval, mold themselves to fit in, then wonder why they feel empty. But philosophy demands courage. The courage to stand alone if necessary. To live by principles even when the world mocks you. Socrates chose death rather than betray his values. Marcus Aurelius ruled the largest empire in the world, yet lived with humility and simplicity. The question is, what do you stand for? What values would you hold even if no one else did? When you anchor your life in principles, not popularity, you become unshakable. Because crowds shift, opinions fade, but values? Values outlast everything. These laws are not easy. They were never meant to be. Philosophy was never about feeling good. It was about becoming good. So here's your challenge. Don't just nod along. Pick one law, just one, and live it today. Face discomfort. Rule your emotions. Stop demanding fairness. Do something hard. Remember your mortality. Whatever it is, live it. Not tomorrow, but now. Because the world doesn't need more passive watchers. It needs warriors of the mind. People who are unshakable in chaos, untouchable by despair, unstoppable in pursuit of truth. The question is, will you be one of them?